Video 2, how to run my layout, part 2, or episode 2. Alright, so it should be pretty easy at this point. Your Super Chief, right here, is the Santa Fe Super Chief, also called a war bonnet. Alright. Horn, announcement, and bell. I usually don't run the bell just because Kimchi doesn't like the bells and he'll tend to leave. If you want to go forward, there you go. You turn this until the train starts to move. Once it started moving, you can bring the speed down a little bit and the train will keep moving. It's just that initial lurch that it needs to get going. So I usually run this one fairly slow. Alright. Same thing here, Polar Express, horns, announcement, bell. Again, Kimchi's not a big fan of the bell, so I don't use the bell. To go forward, you put it on forward. To go reverse, you put it on reverse. Now to get as real a feel as possible, run the train as slow as it will move on the layout. In some spots, the train will move much faster than on others. Right there, it has the full power, because that's right where it plugs into the track. And once it gets here, gravity makes it go even faster. Woo! And that's all there is to it. But let's look at how to change the train's the route's programming. So we're going to go number 1. It's turned. Train's going to come this way. Yeah. And back. Okay, so here comes the train. Let's make sure this one is turned because the train's going to come right through it. So this is one route you can take. If the train can't make it up the hill, give it a little power. Now, not too much power, because what you want to do is you want to come over here and go this way. So make sure that's turned, so it's, there we go. So now it's going to go through here. Well, guess what else you have to do? There's a turnout right there. Number 3. Let's get that one set. Now that you're through it, you can clear all your other turnouts. Now you can clear number 3. All right, we're good. And that's all there is to it. But we're going to go this way. Number 2 again. And this puts my train back around the way it was originally. So all that probably seems a little complicated, but once the train's through the turnout, I'll explain it a little better. And get a little silence. Okay. The concept is all of the turnouts except the passive ones will automatically switch. If the train's coming this way, it's going to pick this one, and because it's got this gap, it's going to take this course and go through there. When it hits turnout number 2, remember you see that 2 right there, turnout number 2, it will automatically flip that. It's a good practice to always have your turnout automatically open when the train is going to get to it. Once the train goes through it, cycle it again. It's complicated, but once you've done it a couple times, you'll figure it out. This one's open. The train will passively turn this one. Again, where you see the gap is where the direction the train goes. If you see that gap, the train's going to go this way. So now the next route I want to take is I want to take this one, going through turnout number 4. I want to go up this way, bring the train around, and same thing we did before, we're going to go up through there. So to do that, I'm going to cycle turnout 4, turn it to red, go to number 1, turn it to red, leave this one with the gap so it goes through here. Then you're going to hit turnout number 2, so let's get that one going. All right. And go forward. So let's watch the train do it. All right, going through the turnout. Okay, close that one. We're going through turnout number 1 right now. Once that's clear, we're going to cycle this switch. We're clear. Once I go through that, my train has now completely turned around and it's ready to go that route again. All right. Now the reason we don't want to turn a turnout while the train's going through it is because that will do what's called, it'll trip the circuit and you'll get a derail. And that's a big spark that can burn out the train. No worries. We're just going to make sure we don't do that. All right. So now we've gone this way and we've gone this way. The only thing I need to do now is when it... Back it up a little bit. Technically, before you back up a train, you should always cycle it 3 times fast on the horn. So that's turnout 1. So I'm going to flip the switch and pull back here so you can see the change. All right, there we go. I come back here because it's going to cross to number 4. So we'll flip this one. All right, I'm clear to go through. Take it slow. I always like running the train slow. Some people like running them really fast. I think that's kind of hard on the train. All right, so let's turn it. It's going to come right through turnout number 4. But this turns the train around, so you remember what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to reach over and flip number 2 to turn it back around. There we go. The train's going the long way because it reset that turnout. So now we're going to hit turnout number 2 and the train's going to come this way. Woo! And now my train has turned back around, is now going the correct way. All my turnouts are reset. Again, it seems complicated, but once you're used to the idea of routes and turnouts. Hi, Kimmy. Once you get used to the concept, it's easy. So now we've gone all the ways. The only way we haven't done is number 3, the opposite way. So we're going to turn that one. And now, because that opens up, it's going to go this way. So here we go. All right. See how easy that was? Again, it seems complicated. But once you know how all the turnouts work, slow down, buddy. Once you know how all the turnouts work, it's pretty easy to operate. And if you want to just run the track, run around the entire layout, as long as all 4 turnouts are green, it will run the entire way. Just keep going all the way around the entire layout. All right, so that was pretty easy. So let's let the train get past the turnout. I'll explain 2 last little points and we will be good. Let's go a little faster here, buddy. Now there is one more route I didn't show, but that one's pretty simple. And that is, once you clear that turnout, this is a manual one, so you just turn it. So you got to come back here and reset number 3, because the train's going to come backwards through the train yard. So go ahead and hit backwards. Now if Kimchi's not around, you can hit the bell at this point because this is a switching move. Alright, so what's the one route I didn't show you? That. The reason is most of the time the train doesn't have a problem, but for some reason, if I'm coming through here and I try to take that sharp turn right there, for some reason, every now and then, for no reason I can figure, I just have a derailment right there. So for the most part, I don't even do it. So I'll kind of show you why. We'll go ahead and take it. And then I'll explain a couple things about the layout and show you how to turn it all off. All right, so now, there we go. 3 toots. And take this slowly. Okay, it actually worked for once. But let's go ahead and now we got to turn the train around again. So we're going to set that and set this. Go ahead and close those. All right, come on, a little faster, buddy. And then I gotta go do my next video. Back over here, reset that one, and I'll run it through the yard, and that'll be our last switching move of the day. And now my train's going in the right direction. Take it through the yard. All right, let's go ahead and shut this down so that way you can see it, and then I'll explain why. I mean, obviously we're doing certain routes, but there's a rationale why I'll do it pretty regularly. So first you turn the engines off. It takes a couple seconds because there's capacitors in them, and they'll hold on to the power for a second. There they go. Turn that off. Turn that off. All right. So in the first video, I kind of explained why I run it this way a lot. I try to, every third or fourth time around the loop, run it right through this the 90-degree crossover. And the reason I do that is because this little part right here. Hello. All right, you see the little plastic ties? Those little plastic ties help force the train onto the track. So if it's kind of if it's come unsettled a little bit, or a car is dragging just a little bit, and every now and then the train does that. But if you run it through there, these work as like an HO scale or N scale. This is a re-railer. So you just run through here, it re-rails the train, and just make sure if anything is dragging, it's good. All right, so there you go. You know how to run the layout. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to shut this one off, and we'll start on the next video. Comment, like, subscribe. Helps the search engines to find us. Maybe soon MTH or Lionel or Williams will start giving me trains. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.